Welcome back to Breakfast Television. Well, it's a problem in many of our homes across the city and our country. Kids spending too much time on their devices, not enough time outside or socializing with others. So how much is too much? Can you come to a compromise or fair agreement? Gail Bell from Parenting Power is here to help us with this. And boy, I think a lot of parents watching at home would think this is a problem, not just for them, but for a lot of us.
Absolutely. And it all starts with awareness. You know, how are we using our phones? So, yes, it is a lot, as you said in your introduction, for children, but it's just as big a problem for parents.
In some cases, probably a bigger problem for parents.
Yeah, it could be, potentially.
But part of the problem is, I'm kind of biased, but technology is awesome.
I agree
There's so
with
many
you.
good uses for it.
I agree with you 100%. Technology is awesome, and it keeps getting better. So that is a fantastic thing. We all use it in our lives daily. It's just connecting the world and disconnecting families. So we have to be very careful. It's not to say no to a child, I think, is unrealistic. This generation of kids, they've never lived without it. It is part of their lives. So we just have to be aware of how we're using it. So at Parenting Power, we've developed some things for parents to use, including our parent-child screen agreement, just to help parents become aware and guide them. Because often when we're talking to families, they're like, we don't even know where to start.
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, so,
like you said, you can't just say no.
No, you can't. There's also a fear my child will get behind if they're not using technology. That is actually not true.
Okay.
That has been proven. It's almost an excuse by some parents. So that is not true. Your child will not fall behind. Really, this stuff is designed for, it's simple, simple, simple to use.
So let's talk a little bit about this agreement.
Sure.
We have it up on the screen. What does it kind of touch upon?
So really what we're trying to do is guide parents saying you can't do nothing, because it is the #1 argument in families now, almost on a daily basis around screens. So we've come to this all or nothing. And often parents will come home and everybody, oh, we're so busy, everybody just relax. And relax means everybody goes to a screen. So we've just gone through categories. You can get this on, actually not on the Parenting Power site, but on our No Phone Family Day site. If you want to go onto that, you can download it. It's free. We want to share. There's just basic phone rules. There's digital citizenship, which is huge now, social media, and then points for discussion, age, parent expectations. And you can go through this. We're not saying all these points will be right for every family, but pick and choose what's right for you, talk with your children about it, and then sign it and review. It's a working document.
Okay. Now, is this just talking about specific time spent on these things, or even how you're going to act on these different services?
Excellent question, both. So where you're going to use it, when you're not going to use it, but just as important, how you're going to use it. How you're going to use it. So this is on parents' plate now. Technology is on parents' plate as their responsibility. We can't not be responsible for how our kids are using their phones or how we're using our phones. Right? So it's really important. Like social media and sharing. Like, how are you going to use technology? How does our family respect our privacy and privacies of others online? So we just give you some questions to start the conversation.
Then what happens?
And guide you.
What happens if a child breaks that?
Or
now,
a parent?
Or a parent. Now, do you just cut them off, or is that not necessarily the right way to do it either?
Well, every family will make their decision around that. So here's the difference. It's not about punishing them. If you talk about this before and set up the natural and logical consequences while you're doing this, it's the child's choice. Now the child owns it. That's called discipline. You're teaching your child that their actions, as in any behaviors, has consequences. But they know what the consequences are. Taking it away for an extended period of time is not, at Parenting Power, our view that's not helping them learn to use it, but there has to be restrictions on it, right? But the child needs to know before what their choices are. Then they own it. It's not mom and dad freaking out in the moment saying, that's it, no screen for a week. That's punishment.
It's easy to do, but
it's very easy to do. But we're not teaching our children how to manage their own behavior.
So lots of great tips there. Thank you so much, Gail.
Oh, you're very welcome.
We're actually going to put a link to that agreement on our website as well. So you at home can download it and take a look, because as you mentioned, Gail, it's a very important issue in many homes across our city.